Here we go. Perri Nemiroff pressed go, and we are live in 3, 2, 1. Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to a brand new episode of FYC with yours truly, the amazing Perri Nemiroff, the mighty Jeff Snyder. We are back with a brand new episode. And yeah, you know, we've got the Emmys coming up in September 14th, and we're going to do our final predictions on the Emmy nominations, on the Emmy winners the week before. But you know what? We are just having so much fun doing, like, throwing darts here, just reading the room in the anticipation for the Oscar contenders leading up to the 98th Academy Awards this coming March, which will be here before you know it. So we already did our very, 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 very early predictions for Best Picture nominations. Now we are going to dive into Best Actor nominations. I mean, maybe we've seen one or two or maybe more or maybe not, but regardless, I think it is a foregone conclusion that many of our predictions on this FYC will get nominated. But before we get into that, Perri Nemiroff, do we have any super chats?
Yes, we do. We've got two. Oh, we've got three. Mans, can I trouble you to read these while I fix one thing?
Sure. Okay, so Max Sloth, big thanks for watching and thank you for your super chat. We appreciate your loyalty and support. Which festivals are you all attending? Do Mance and Perri have any big interviews upcoming? Hope to see you at 2025. Perri, you take that answer first.
I am indeed going to TIFF this year. I am very excited. I cannot tell you any interviews that I have coming up, but I can assure you there will be some. And even though this is awards talk right now, I'll also say I'm going to Fantastic Fest. So if anyone's going to be there, I hope to see you. And I look forward to making the shift from awards contenders to some awards contenders, actually, but also genre movies.
All right, JeffTheAndSnyder.com. What about you? Are you going anything, or what do you think?
I may be sitting out this festival season, but you know, you didn't ask me if I have any big interviews coming up.
Well, do you have any big interviews coming up?
I did interview Michelangelo Covino and Kyle Marvin for Splitsville, which comes out today.
Oh, I love that movie.
You should absolutely see it, and that should be running probably next week.
That movie, by the way, Splitsville, that played at the Cannes Film Festival. It is in theaters today. It is absolutely hilarious. I haven't laughed out loud. I laughed out loud harder at Splitsville than I did at The Naked Gun. So that says volumes. I will be at the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm very excited about that. But before that, I will be attending my 10th Telluride Film Festival in a row. The only year I missed was the year that it didn't happen because of the pandemic. But I've been going every year since 2015. I love it. I'm driving. I love the drive. I stop off at Flagstaff, and I just love the atmosphere. And there's one film in particular that I'm very, very, very excited about to see at Telluride, where it's having its world premiere. I can't say what it is, but when you find out what it is, you'll know why I am very excited to see this movie. Or documentary. That's a little hint there. But regardless, what else do we have for a super chat there, Perri?
All right, we got two more. This one and one more. Would you mind getting it, Mance?
Yeah, sure. So Max again. We love you, Max. You are the man. Thoughts on Anemone, the trailer. Daniel Day-Lewis' last performance was Phantom Thread back in 2017. One of my favorite films. Will he be nominated? Max, we're going to probably get into that during this conversation since we are covering Best Actor. But what I have to say about Daniel Day-Lewis is he has 3 Academy Award wins, all of them for Best Actor. Like even Jack Nicholson, who has 3 Oscar wins as well. One of his Oscar wins is for supporting actor. But Daniel Day-Lewis, all 3 of his Oscar wins are for lead actor for My Left Foot, for There'll Be Blood, and for Lincoln. And My Left Foot, you know, I thought Tom Cruise should have won for Born on the 4th of July, but history is history. What do you guys think of Daniel Day-Lewis? Jeff?
I mean, I thought that trailer looked great yesterday, but I will say that when I talked about it on the hot mic, in the middle of that, I got a DM from someone who had seen it. with some friends, and
Mm.
apparently the performances were good. None of them liked the movie.
Oh, interesting. Well, what about you, Perry? What's your take on that?
I have a hard time discounting him, but at the same time, I feel like I'm also in that zone where I'm like, I'm not quite sure that that one's going to go all the way, even with a great performance from him. So I don't know, but then again, I'm feeling that way about literally everything. Everything on my list today, I'm going to have that same spiel for.
It's a deep year too, so
Yeah.
we just get to waltz in like normal.
Well, I mean, look, I think so far, as far as Oscar contenders that we've already seen, there's maybe a few films, a couple, one in particular actually two now that I really, really love, which is Sinners and Weapons. Both of those movies are amazing. Perry, do we have any more super chats before we dive in?
Yes, hang tight 1 second. Sorry, I'm just dealing with some speaker issues here. I don't hear you guys like you should be heard, but I'm fixing it.
Okay. Well. All right, Jordan Ross Weinhold, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching FYC. Please continue to spread the word, especially as we get into Oscar season again. We've been doing this since 2018. It's now 2025. So we got this down. So any chance for Tanatui in Kiss of the Spider-Woman? All right, well, I saw Kiss of the Spider-Woman at Sundance. I think that Jennifer Lopez gets nominated for sure. I'm not sure how the rest of the potential nominees will fare. We'll just have to wait and see. But J-Lo is fantastic in the movie. She gets nominated. Perry, did you see this at Sundance last year?
I did not. I believe Steve did an interview for this one, so I think he did see it, but I missed this one. I'm curious, though.
All right, Jeff, have you had a chance to see Kiss of the Spider-Woman yet?
I haven't seen it, but I believe he's in supporting.
Supporting, yes, that's right. Right. Yeah, I mean, look, the people were definitely raving about the support performances, but I just remember feeling like the consensus, reading the room, that the movie felt a little too long. But there's no question that it does have its Oscar merits. James Brown, I know movies have sucked this year. There have been a few good ones, but don't write off 2025 because we're really, really getting into the good stuff.
I think it's been a fantastic year. I'll just read this one briefly. I'm going to stop futzing with the speakers now, so I can only hear you out of one of them. I got to show support for Scott's shirt. We all got to spread that message.
Okay, thank you, Genesis Dude, for pointing out my shirt. Yes, see movies in movie theaters, and if you recognize the font of the movie, maybe it looks a little bit like Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I got it.
Did you get it? Really, yeah. Jeff? You got it? Wow, yeah. That's impressive. So last week, I just got to say, so I always say that Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Blade Runner are my two favorite movies of all time. And the American Cinematheque has been showing a brand new 70 millimeter print in its theaters at the Era Theater and at the Egyptian. And it is playing in theaters across the country in 70 millimeter. I haven't seen this movie on the big screen in almost 50 years, even though I've seen it like 100 times. It is still this movie. But anyway, they were selling the shirt in the lobby, and I'm like, I've got to have that shirt. And it says it all. See movies where they belong in movie theaters.
Can I answer this one question quickly, Mance? Because it's bugging me. Because I think there's a lot of great movies to celebrate this year. Great movies like... Just going through my personal list, James, you don't have to like these as much as I do, but I think these are wonderful movies in my mind that I want to celebrate. I loved Together, The Ugly Stepsister, Final Destination Bloodlines, The Life of Chuck. I just watched Twinless from Sundance with Dylan O'Brien. That's a fantastic movie. One of my favorite movies from TIFF last year is out now. It's called Sketch. Highly recommend My Dead Friend Zoe if you have not seen that one. That kind of flew under the radar, and it's a really special film. Sinners is fantastic. Really, I could genuinely go on and on. I'm not just saying it to say it. I really do think there's been a strong and very diverse crop of movies to celebrate this year.
I just want to capitalize on that. Perry, I'm with you on Together. I love Together. I saw it at Sundance, but I just watched it again recently, obviously, because it opened. And
so good.
Amazing.
Smart.
I loved Weapons. Weapons really just rocked.
I can't believe I didn't say Weapons.
Weapons is excellent. Wait till you see Amy Madigan, who was completely unrecognizable. I think she's heading for a nomination. I love The Life of Chuck, but the movie didn't do anything. I loved Jeff, because you brought it up at the top of the conversation. I loved Splitsville. It was so damn funny. It was so damn funny. And also, speaking of Dakota Johnson, the other movie that she had this year, which was The Materialists, I really love that one too. The other one that's an absolute gem that is streaming on Peacock. If you haven't seen it in theaters, and you probably didn't, The Ballad of Wallace Island, starring, what's her name?
Harry Mulligan.
Yeah, it's really good.
That movie was excellent. It's streaming on Peacock. It's a real big hug of a movie. All right.
East of Wall just came out in theaters. That's another one that premiered at Sundance, and I feel like is starting to like build buzz. Nobody knows what it is, and now that it's in theaters, I hear a lot of like an uptick in talk with that movie, and I think it deserves it.
It's been a great year for genre films. Be sure to add Dangerous Animals to your list.
Yes.
So Night Call on Hulu. Thank me later.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, should we dive into our first predictions?
That was a very necessary tangent to go down, man. So I'm glad we did that.
I'm glad we did that too. I feel like that was a purge, Perry. Doesn't it feel better?
I saw that question and I needed to say it all.
All right. Great. All right. So let's dive in. Perry, you have the con. What is your first choice for a shoe-in for a Best Actor nomination? By the way, we're not ranking these.
It's so hard to say shoe-in, man. I'm working with what I have right now. Of the list that I put together, I've only seen a single one of the movies. So like there's not much to back these predictions with just yet. But in the case of my first, he's a past Oscar nominee. He's an award season darling, has a very big movie coming up. I'm betting on Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme at this point in time.
See that?
Yeah.
Up tier, Timothée Chalamet for Me Too, Marty Supreme. He is a 2-time Oscar nominee for Call Me by Your Name, and last year with A Complete Unknown. And like we've seen in the past, these Oscar nominated performances that probably should have won, but then they come out with a movie the following year, and that totally wins. Like I'm thinking Russell Crowe when he was nominated for The Insider back in 1999. He won the following year for Gladiator. Jeff, where is Timothée Chalamet Ding Dong on your list?
Number 1.
Yes. All right. Look at that. Look at us. Agree.
I think it is a battle between the Safdie brothers this year. I think it is Timothy versus Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who I have at number 2.
Ooh.
I've got Big versus Little, Thunder versus Lightning, rival sports movies. It's going to be a crazy year.
Well, that would be fascinating. And it's very, very probable that those two will go head to head in this category. Perry, where is the Dwayne Johnson, formerly The Rock, on your list?
I do think that's going to happen, and I look forward to that happening because I think it's going to be a fun thing to discuss. Right now, Dwayne Johnson is my number 4. I do think he has a very, very real chance of getting into this category. Part of the reason why I have him lower down on the list is, one, because I've seen a movie that's higher ranked, and also because, to be frank about it, when you hear Dwayne Johnson, you don't necessarily think Oscar nominee. So I think this is going to very much hinge on him knocking this performance out of the park. But I think
he's got it in him, Perry. I've seen it in his eyes.
I would believe it.
Well, I have Dwayne Johnson at number 5, not because I think he's a 5th chance of again, I'm not ranking these nominees. They're just 5 of the ones I think are going to get in. But, sometimes you watch a trailer and you go, oh my God, that guy's getting nominated. And based on the filmmaker behind it, I agree that I'd be surprised if he didn't get a nomination. So we all have Timothée Chalamet. We all have Dwayne Johnson. I'm going to throw in an actor who I've always been a fan of for about 30 years now, George Clooney for Jay Kelly. He's an Oscar winner for supporting actor for Syriana, which came out 20 years ago. Amazing. Wow. Friggin' Syriana, 2005. And he's also an Oscar winner for producing 2012's Best Picture winner, Argo. So Argo, fuck yourself. But man, George Clooney, I feel like he hasn't had a meaty role like this since Up in the Air. and that was 2009. And he's playing an actor who's having a crisis of conscience on past decisions. His co-star is an actor who has worked with the Safdie brothers on Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler. But I think George Clooney, I cannot wait to see this movie. I kind of hear it's playing at the Telluride, which alone makes it a drive worth taking. Where, Perri, do you have George Clooney on your list?
You're driving to Telluride?
Not all in one day. I stop at Flagstaff, so it's a 2 day.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Good for you. Good for you, man. So I'm impressed. I have him in my honorable mentions. I can come up with stronger narratives for other people on my list right now, so I'm sticking with those, but I obviously can't write him off completely. So I'm curious to see what the debut is like for that one.
Okay, fair enough. Jeff, is the Clooney star on your list or honorable mention?
Honorable mentions.
Oh, come on! You guys, are you on dope?
I don't think it's going to be Mr. Clooney's year. I think
Son of a bitch! Dude!
I expect Adam Sandler to walk away with that movie.
Oh, well, possible. He could be one of those supporting actors who steals the film. I guess we will find out. I don't know. I'm not putting this in my honorable mention. You know, we still have a whole conversation to go. Okay, then Jeff, what else is on your list after Dwayne Johnson?
I think at number 3, I'm going to go with this Emmy winner by the name of Jeremy Allen White. Bruce Springsteen, baby. And that just feels like catnip. I think he's very well cast. It looks like an emotional biopic too. It's not just like let's just roll out the greatest hits. It looks like there's like some real dramatic meat on this bone. And Scott Cooper's really good with actors. He directed Jeff Bridges to an Oscar for Crazy Heart. So I think Jeremy Allen White is comfortably nominated as long as that movie doesn't completely shit the bed.
All right, Perri, what do you think?
See, I don't think in that particular case you could say he's comfortably nominated unless that movie shits the bed. I think that's the type of performance that needs to be like a knockout, or it's not going to be embraced enough to get into this category. So I actually have him in my honorable mentions because of the movies I have on this list. This is another one that really hinges on not even just me seeing it, but someone I know having seen it and having faith in it.
Wow, this is a tough crowd this morning. I have Jeremy Allen White at my number 4. And I feel like Jeremy Allen White's performance as Springsteen in the Deliver Me From Nowhere is this year's A Complete Unknown. You know what I mean? Because like, remember back in the day, well, you probably don't, but back in the day when Springsteen first appeared, everyone was saying he was the second coming of Bob Dylan. So that's why I'm making that comparison. But I have him at number 4. So it's 2 out of 3 so far, but this conversation ain't over yet. Who's next on your list, Perri?
I still got 3 people to name here. My number 2 right now is Brendan Fraser. I got a lot of faith in Rental Family. I think he is obviously a hugely talented Oscar winner. I think he thrives in this award space and beyond it. I just think everything is working in his favor. I would not be surprised to see him in this category again.
I would not be surprised to see him in this category. And Perri, no one is a bigger fan of Brendan Fraser than you are. I'm surprised he didn't thank you when he won the Oscar. Jeff, what about Brendan Fraser? Is he on your list?
He is.
He is. Wow.
I have him at number 5.
Number 5.
Sneaking in. Yes. And I'm, he's no lock. There's a couple of guys from honorable mention who could overtake him, but right now I think Rental Family is like a real sleeper and it's going to have some heat on it after TIFF. So I have him in.
I have Brendan Fraser at number 3 on my honorable mentions. The reason I know. Well, look, Perri, this is sight unseen, but look, a lot of this, my feeling about this contingents on, is Rental Family going to be deep and genuine, or is it going to be like sappy? So I don't know yet. I don't want it to be just too schmaltzy and he already has an Oscar for something that was extremely deep. So we'll see. I don't know. I could be convinced to put. Well, I mean, actually, I would have to put him on the list now because it's 2 out of 3, and I'm fine with that. I'm down with that. I love Brendan Fraser, but again, this is this is really kind of interesting doing this way. I'm going to throw in an actor who I think gave 2 great performances in one film, and that is Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. One of those characters. Well, I guess he did make it. He just is the, living the eternal life of darkness now. But he was sensational, Michael B. Jordan, 2 times over in Sinners. And I think the power of both of those performances for the one that stayed human is the one that propelled him to an Academy Award nomination, his first Academy Award nomination. Perri, Jeff, either of you have Michael B. on your list?
I do. I have him at number 3, and I'll fully admit he is on this list because it's one of few movies in contention in this category that I have seen.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a world where he quickly slips off this list because I feel like that movie was such a strong ensemble piece. Obviously, he's doing a lot of heavy lifting and he's at the core of the movie, but I just wonder if everybody being a standout in that ensemble might spread the love or take away from his spotlight too much, that if there's enough really strong performances in this category going forward, he's going to get knocked off the list. But at this point in time, he's the only person that I could say, yes, delivered phenomenal work, and I'd be happy to see him get nominated.
Right, but also, Perri, Sinners, I feel like, especially among the movies we did manage to see, is in a film that I think has a really, really good chance of getting nominated for Best Picture. And
I think that's where it has a better chance than here if a lot of these other performances we're talking about wind up being great and also have rock solid movies to back them.
Jeff?
You guys are both nuts, obviously. No.
Nuts? Why are we nuts, man? Come on.
This is not happening.
Not happening. Oh, okay. I don't know. I smell a bit.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it twice. He's playing twins. Let's do it twice.
Really? Are you really doing this now? Are we?
Who came out of that movie singing
Oscar Bet in Oscar?
Who came out of this movie singing Michael B. Jordan's praises? This is the kids' movie. This is Delroy Lindo's movie. This is Ryan Coogler's movie, and Michael B. Jordan should be happy to be there.
Well, Ryan Coogler directed the film. You wrote the film. All right, so, okay, Jeff, are we betting? Are we doing our first bet of FYC season?
$20 that I say Michael will not be nominated.
Okay, $20 says Michael B. Jordan will be nominated. $20. Here we go. All right, for everybody watching in the live chat, for everybody watching in the comments, who's right here? Movie Mance or theinsnider.com? Is Michael B. Jordan getting nominated for Best Actor? Comment below or comment live. Well, that's it. And you all are a witness. First bet, not $5, $20. Perri, whose side are you taking here? You're taking my side, right?
Listen, I have him on my list right now, so part of me has to take your side. I also just think that this was not the thing for you to bet on.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, a bet's a bet. $20. All right. Moving on here. So, all right, Jeff, who else is on your list?
At number 4. I have a former Oscar winner working with one of the great filmmakers, and I've got to go, Viva la Revolucion! Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After
Another. Right. Oscar winner for The Revenant. Perri, what's your take on Leo DiCaprio for Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, a movie that is not playing at any of the festivals?
Yeah. So again, I can't write off that combo entirely, but there's something about the way they're positioning that movie that has me concerned. He is not on my list, and he's probably lower down in my honorable mention section too.
I love Leo. I will see anything he does, and I will definitely see One Battle After Another, and that will definitely affect my, I think all of our takes on that, whether he makes the cut of 5 Best Actor nominees. Right now, I don't have him on the list. I think that the flag here is that it's not playing at any of the festivals, and I think that
if it's not at the festivals, then it can't be nominated for a. What are you guys crazy?
But it does open in September. I think September 19th. So I'm really looking forward to it. I love PTA and I love Leo, but I just gotta I'm gonna just put a paper clip on that right now until I see the film. And then I would circle back on that. Perri, any others on your list that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, I got one more here. A former Oscar nominee. I am going to have my number 5 spot filled with Jesse Plemens for Begonia. I feel like we had this conversation last time, so I don't really want to rehash it. Like, Yorgos, I obviously can be a major hit, but there's certain swings he takes that also could make the movie a miss for all I know. But I do have a lot of faith in how they are positioning this in the ensemble. And I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of support for Jesse Plemons. So I'm looking forward to him doing something big and different in this one. And then maybe him getting honored for it.
This is one I don't get because Clayton has is predicting him for the win right now over. Right?
Oh, is that right?
This is a remake of a weird Korean movie, Save the Green Planet. I don't see how this translates to Oscar whatsoever.
Wait a minute, hang on, Jeff. There was a film back in 2006 called The Departed that was a remake of a Korean film called Infernal Affairs. And The Departed won the Academy Award for Best Picture and Best Director. So just because it's based on a relatively obscure foreign film, international feature, doesn't rule out the possibility that it's a strong, U.S. feature.
No, I've seen Save the Green Planet. I know what it's about, and I don't see how it makes no sense to me that Jesse Plemons is the perceived front runner from Variety at this stage. It makes no sense.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that ranking either. Perri, what's your take?
The sense that it makes is like right now we're in a stage where we're making early predictions based on packaging alone. And this film is absolutely packed to the brim with past nominees, if not winners. And also Jesse Plemons has firmly cemented himself as an actor who tends to steal the spotlight in a lot of the movies that he's in. So this is another case where I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I have a lot of faith in Yorgos, but I could see a situation here where maybe the movie isn't widely embraced, but his performance could be. So I think there's a lot of avenues that could pave the way to him getting a nomination for this movie.
I'm really looking forward to Begonia, and it's being released by Focus Features. Poor Things was released by Searchlight. Not sure why he jumped ship there, but anyway, that is premiering at the Telluride Film Festival. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm assuming it is because of all the wording for all the other things at Telluride. But anyway, I have Jesse Plemons as my number 1 honorable mention. Jesse Plemons nominated for Power of the Dog for supporting actor, and Jesse Plemons won Best Actor last year at the Cannes Film Festival for Kinds of Kindness, co-starring Emma Stone, also directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Look, Yorgos is, he takes big swings, whether you think he knocks him out of the park or not. He is a filmmaker who does take big swings. And it took me a little while to warm up to Poor Things, but I did. And I feel like, this movie, I hope I like it. First, love at first sight. We'll see. But I have Jesse Plemons in my number 1 honorable mention. Another honorable mention I have is Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein. That's Frankenstein, which is directed by the great Guillermo del Toro, who is an Academy Award winner for The Shape of Water and for Pinocchio. And I know it's Frankenstein, but and it's streaming on Netflix, I think November. But I'm really looking forward to this. I feel like Guillermo can do no wrong. I love his movies. Oscar Isaac has never been nominated for an Academy Award, despite Oscar-worthy performances in Inside Llewyn Davis from 2013, which I friggin' love that movie. That movie was awesome. What's your take, Jeff, Perri, on Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein?
I'm not putting anything Frankenstein on any of my lists until I see that movie.
Fair enough. JeffTheInsider.com.
That's a below the line contender. I don't really see Oscar as a threat to get an actor nomination here. He's not in my top. He's in like the top 7 honorable mentions, but he's not one of my top 3 honorable mentions.
What about Russell Crowe for Nuremberg? Either you have him there. I have him in my honorable mention. I mean, he's an Oscar winner for Gladiator, but
I'm not really buying that either till I see it. It's been a while since we've seen the greatness of Mr. Crowe.
Yeah. He's that's playing a TIFF. All right, Perri, any other honorable mentions on your list?
I have a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of ones that I could really get behind at this point. I'm looking forward to at least seeing what Channing Tatum does in Roofman. That's one that I'm looking out for. I'm looking forward to seeing it at TIFF, and I would just like good things for him. I'm a pretty big believer that he has way more range than anybody ever gives him credit for. So just looking forward to seeing him flex those muscles and maybe get some recognition for it.
I agree with that. Jeff, how about you?
All right. The top honorable mention goes to Mr. Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent.
I like that one.
Could sneak in over Leo or Brendan Fraser, in my opinion. I have not seen The Secret Agent yet, but the reviews were very good. I would definitely keep an eye on Colin Farrell for The Ballad of a Small Player. We got a trailer for that this week, and that looks like it. That maybe that turns out to be his leaving Las Vegas, right? That movie looks like it's very much on his shoulders.
Yep.
And then the other guy I'd keep an eye on is Mr. Matthew McConaughey, the school bus driver from The Lost Line. And this is a movie, again, not really getting a lot of buzz right now. But if they campaign the way that they should, which is bringing firemen to screenings, and half the town just lost their homes, I don't see why The Lost Bus isn't a much bigger Oscar contender than the trades are making it out to be right now.
Okay, fair enough. I see we have a comment here about Cillian Murphy is a movie I think called Steve. Steve and the McConaughey movie are both screening at Toronto, which could be interesting. And I'm going to throw out here Andrew Garfield for that movie that you are been raving about, Sight Unseen, After the Hunt with Julia Roberts. Or is that supporting actor, or is that lead?
I think he'll end up going lead because I think Stuhlbarg will be the play for supporting.
Oh, right. Yeah, but Andrew Garfield, man, I'm hearing excellent things about that film. Very much looking forward.
Yeah, that's tricky. Maybe they submit him for supporting as well. I'm not sure. The other guy I'd keep an eye on, bit of a stretch, but Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams.
That movie.
Oh. That one, that's a big one on my list for TIFF. I missed that at Sundance, and I have high hopes that I will get to cover that at TIFF. So I'm eager to see that one.
Train Dreams is magnificent. It is. I did see it at Sundance. It feels like the classic old school Hollywood, ironically, a big sort of 70 millimeter cinematic, dream.
This year's Brutalist a little bit?
A little bit, perhaps, Jeff, but it was bought by Netflix. So even though we'll have a limited run in theaters, I was marveling at the film about how the vistas just looked amazing on the big screen, see movies in movie theaters. But it's, a lot of people are going to stream it on Netflix. And I'm just wondering if some of that will get lost in the shuffle. I don't know. I think it's a great movie regardless.
You're right. I think that is the concern because they have so many contenders and that they're going to put muscle behind Clooney and Jay Kelly and, some other contenders that they have. But Joel Edgerton to me is just a way more interesting, fascinating performer than George Clooney.
It really is a marvel. Perri, I can't wait for you to see it. It's excellent.
I'm looking forward to it. We got 2 super chats if you want to take them.
All right, let's take them.
All right. First one. Jordan says, don't think it will happen, but Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
For what?
Surely you can't be serious, Jordan.
Naked Gun?
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. But Jordan, I love the big swing.
Jordan was also talking about David Corn Sweat in the chat, which so Jordan, maybe take the medication this morning.
I think he's not going to get nominated for an Oscar. I think David Corn Sweat was very, very good in that role. Any love for Joaquin Phoenix and Eddington?
I am in the minority on Eddington. I love the film. I think I was riveted from start to explosive finish, and I mean that literally. He is excellent, Joaquin Phoenix and Eddington, and everything he does. I don't know if he makes the cut here for Best Actor. It's a film.
Just to bring back another name, did either of you see Twinless?
Yes, I saw it at Sundance.
He's so good in it. Like Dylan O'Brien has one particular monologue that I think might be my favorite performance beat of his ever. And I think he's a phenomenal actor and delivers big in everything he's in. So I don't really think it's got a chance of going all the way, but man, if that's not an Oscar clip.
That is definitely an FYC clip for sure. I hopefully it's a movie. I think the movie opens next month. But it is, I know what scene you're talking about, and I agree. I saw it. It was the first movie I saw at Sundance back in January, and it is excellent. All right. Let's go through. Do we have any more super chats, Perri? Or
we are good to go for now. I will let you know if we have more.
Sounds good then. So, okay. Jeremy Allen White, either of you, I can't remember, one of you put him on? Okay. So that's best 2 out of 3 there. I vote we keep him on the list. Perri, any chance we can make it 3 for 3 on that one? Because, I mean, he's playing Springsteen. He's singing his own stuff, playing the guitar. That commitment does go along.
Let's go through the whole list first and see which ones wound up with 3 votes or 2 votes.
Okay, well, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme and Dwayne Johnson for Smashing Machine. Those are our 3 for 3s. Michael B. Jordan was 2 for 2 for 3. Jeremy Allen White was 2 for 3. Brendan Fraser was 2 for 3. I mean, that's the list. But I think George Clooney makes the list. I can't believe you guys don't have him on your list. Any chance George Clooney gets in instead of Michael B., Jeremy Allen White, or Brendan Fraser?
I would get more strongly behind Brendan Fraser and also Jeremy Allen White.
George Clooney, Michael B. Jordan over George Clooney?
Right now, at this point in time, given I've seen Sinners, yes.
I just cannot see a world where George Clooney doesn't get nominated. I really can't. Jeff?
I see the world. I would take Michael B. over George Clooney.
So neither of you can be swayed, maybe with a little bribe under the table. I buy popcorn and drinks at the next movie to put George Clooney on this list.
Nope.
I'm shocked, on the verge of being outraged. I think the odds of George Clooney not getting nominated are slim to none, and Slim is on vacation. But if I am overruled, then I am overruled. Then the other 2 out of 3s are Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. And that would be our top 5. Are you guys down with that?
So it's Timmy, Fraser, Dwayne, Jeremy, and Michael?
Correct.
I think that's a solid list to start.
For the record, I strongly disagree about George Clooney not making this list.
We'll chat after the episode, man.
All right. Well, okay. Oh, wow. That's going to be an interesting conversation. So there you have it, folks. Here we go. This is our first pass at our top 5 for lead actor for the 98th Academy Awards happening this coming March of 2026, if we make it that far. Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for Smashing Machine, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. Those are our top 5, and I think we have, yes,
one super sticker that we will look at on YouTube, Sal, to see what lovely image you have sent us, but we appreciate the support and the sticker.
Thank you, Sal. And with that, we are done with our very first, I'm sure, of many passes on lead actor for the 98th Academy Awards. Make sure you share this episode of FYC on all of your social media platforms. And, just don't think, someone else is going to do it. Oh, they've been doing this for years. Everyone's watching. Because you know what? Maybe they're not. and everybody should be watching because no one is more informed or more fun than the three of us here on FYC. So please share FYC on all your social media platforms. More than anything, we would really appreciate it, especially Perri, who would really appreciate if you scroll down right now and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Also, Jeff Snyder with his newsletter, which is breaking news over the trades, like with the amazing Nicolas Cage in talks for season 5 of True Detective, a scoop that the InSnyder.com dropped first. If you are not subscribing to his newsletter, you are missing out. Make sure you follow Perri on her social media platforms at P. Nemiroff or Perri Nemiroff. Make sure you follow the InSnyder on his social media platforms at the InSnyder. Make sure you follow me on social media at Movie Mance, including TikTok, which I'm still getting the hang of it, but it is definitely been interesting. And please, I would really appreciate it if you checked out my new podcast, which is called Consider This with Scott Mance on my YouTube channel.
Congratulations on that, Scott.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. It's on my YouTube channel, which is Scott Mance. So head over there, subscribe to that YouTube channel too. And until the next episode of FYC. Oh, one more thing. Jeff Snyder's got his other show with my great friend, John Roca, The Hot Mic on John Roca's YouTube channel. A lot of YouTube channels you should be subscribing to, but especially Perri. So make sure you check out The Hot Mic with John Roca and the InSnyder on John Roca's YouTube channel. And with that, we are coming to a close until the next episode of FYC. Thank you for watching, and FY.
See you later.
Later.